And we welcome you back live to Griffin's Game Day on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Griffin's Game Day brought to you by Hampton Office Products. You heard from the coach. Now it's time to talk to the player. Our Griffin Player Spotlight with Jarvis McClam, junior wide receiver for the Griffins. Also plays some running back, played some quarterback his freshman year. So he certainly is a very versatile player for the Griffins. Jarvis, we're going to talk about a couple of things. I know we had you on late last year, but you were a very consistent player last week for the team. But I want to ask you first, the game seemed to kind of get away from you guys early. You had a good response, and then Shippensburg scored twice, and I know you almost had a touchdown before the end of the first half, but Ship kind of got on you guys early in the second half. Just kind of talk about how the game went, and as I said to Coach, kind of how it snowballed on you.
The game started very slow for us. I guess it was just a lack of execution. At practice, we try our hardest every day, but I guess we didn't execute well in the game.
What was the message to you guys after the game and kind of in practice this week?
Just like Coach said, the game, the PSAC championship wasn't won or lost that day. We just have to come out on Monday and focus up.
Is that kind of a game that, I know you want to learn a lot from it, but is that kind of a game that's easier to flush because of kind of how it went and because of the fact that it didn't mean anything in terms of conference record?
Yeah, it was easy to get away. It was just the first game. People was nervous and everything, so we can come back for this week.
As now an upperclassman and one of the leaders of this team, Jarvis, I know I kind of talked about what the message from Coach was, but he talked about how competitive it was at practice on Wednesday, guys really getting after it. What was the message between the players after a loss like that, like from the upperclassmen kind of just talking over some things?
Competition, to compete more at practice, go hard every day, stay focused, do what you have to do and everything.
You had one of the most consistent performances against Shippensburg last week, as I mentioned. I have to ask you how close you were to scoring before the end of the first half. It was a great effort by you. You broke a couple of tackles. How close was it?
I think 2 yards. I'm not sure. Sure. Yeah.
Did you think you were going to take me through the play? And I mean, how did you think, when you were nearing the goal line that you were going to be able to cross it?
Yeah, I thought I was going to cross it, but I got tripped up, didn't notice, and just fell over. Tried to reach the ball out, but not enough.
Coach mentioned that you guys work on things like that, the clock play. I mean, obviously every team works on it, but he seemed like you guys maybe concentrate on that even more because of the kind of spread offense you guys run. So you guys are ready to get up and clock the football. That's something that you really focus on in practice, those type of things? Yeah,
mostly on Thursdays to get everything right. We try to do that a lot, yeah.
You had some success in the return game. Do you believe that's going to be a strength for you guys this year? Because I know you returned a number of times, but you also have other guys like Malik, and when Norman gets healthy, you guys have to believe the return game is going to be pretty strong this year, right?
Yeah, special teams have to be real big for us this year to get the offense to get field position, so that should help this year for us.
When you're returning, what are some of the things that you're looking at? What are some of the things that you're trying to do as a returner?
Just trying to get the best field position for the offense to make it easier to go down the field, score a big play.
Are you one of those guys that take the ball and just kind of take off? Or are you trying to set up blocks when you're returning? It takes me kind of through a typical return for you.
I guess I try to look and see how the block set up first and then try to take off. But I'm not sure. I really don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of natural instincts, right?
Yeah.
You've been doing it for so long. We see a lineup in the backfield, in the slot, in the outside. Again, you played quarterback as a freshman because of the injuries at Seton Hill. I don't know, maybe even the Wildcat. I don't want to ask. I don't want you to give away any of the recipe. I don't know if you've been working on that at all. But because of the things that you do, I want to ask you, I mean, do you have to take a little longer to study the playbook a little bit? Is it a little bit more bigger for you maybe than for some other guys?
Not really, because as a freshman, I played quarterback, and I know every position now, so it's really not that hard to get.
Yeah, I got to ask you that too. I mean, how much does that benefit you? I mean, looking back now, knowing the playbook like you did as a quarterback, and now how much has that helped you now?
That helps a lot because everything is basically the same, so I know every position now.
With FJ gone, there's a lot of young guys, talented guys in this receiving core. You look at guys like Logan Carnes and Ty George, and of course, as we mentioned, the coach Ardell Brown and Shane Leatherbury. They got some playing time on Saturday. How do you believe the young guys kind of acquitted themselves?
I think they did very good. Shane and Ardell, they did very good this summer, working out, came up early, and they did very good for us.
What about the young guys impresses you so much, just overall, not necessarily against Shippensburg, but as one of the veteran pieces of this wide receiving, what kind of impresses you about them?
the amazing catches they make at practice, and the way they make people fall down at practice when they shake them. So
breaking some ankles.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking forward to that, hopefully starting today. Again, as I mentioned a number of times, you played quarterback your first year here. You ever try to convince the coaches to get back there a little bit? I'm not saying like straight drop back and like throwing a slant or anything like that, but maybe run a little bit out of that wildcat?
No, not really, but sometimes they might mention it to me, but I never ask them.
Well, hopefully we won't have to get to that point ever again. No offense to your quarterbacking skills, but we want to see you out on the outside a little bit and in the backfield and all the things that you do. I want to take you off the field, Jarvis. I know we kind of maybe touched on some of these things last year, but can you kind of tell us, you're from Maryland, what kind of got you into football? What kind of got you playing?
My brother actually got me into football, playing backyard football in the backyard. He wanted to play first, so I was like, I might as well play too. So,
and I think we talked about this last year, but where did he go to play?
He was supposed to go to Becker College, but he decided to go to the military.
Okay, very good. Is that where he is
yes, sir.
Right now? No, very good. Is there any NFL player or college player you kind of emulate your game after?
I would say Jeff Mel. He was an Oregon receiver.
Okay.
I think he's with the Eagles now. I'm not sure.
Just don't say like Johnny Manziel or anything like that. Like some of the high school guys last year did. When we interviewed them, they said Johnny Manziel. I was like, I don't know how long that's going to last. What is your major and your plans for after college?
I'm a sports management major. My plans to be a sports agent or to open my own business, a sports store. So yeah.
Chase Parker did an internship with us in the spring. Obviously played linebacker for you guys the last couple of years. Going to Michigan State right now, looking to do the same thing, be a sports agent. Maybe you guys can like start a business together. I don't know. Yeah. You can kind of represent some guys. What does Lockhaven like to do defensively? We turn our attention to the Eagles today. What have you seen from them on film they like to do on defense, Jarvis?
They like to blitz a lot on first down, second down. Also, they come down and hit hard, so watch out for that. What
do you guys have to do well to get a victory here today? And do you have confidence you guys can kind of have that big bounce back today against Lockhaven?
Today we have to execute. That's the main focus. Do what we have to do offensively and defensively, and that's basically it.
Think you guys are ready to go? Got a little bit of swagger back, you think?
Yes, sir.
Big start, I'm sure, is going to be important for you, right? Kind of get off on the right foot, maybe take a lead, maybe take a multi-point league or a lead, like a multi-score league, maybe being up by like 14 or something. I'm sure that has to be something real important for you.
Yeah, that has to be, yeah.
Jarvis, thanks a lot for your time, man. Really appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Good luck today against Lockhaven.
Thank you.
That is Jarvis McClam, the do-it-all for Seton Hill football this season. Coming back, we'll continue with the pregame show. It's Griffin's Game Day and our Griffin Player Spotlight here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. We'll be back off at Field Live in a moment.